Yeah, hi there. These comments are from P, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And I'm looking at your email, excuse me, right now. So let's take a look at your questions. You say, how can I know what level I am, like intermediate or upper level? Does your online course help me to find out my level? The answer is yes. Now, I have a partner website that offers full-length IBT practice tests, right? It takes 5 hours to take the test. All 6 of your speaking tasks will be scored. Both of your writing tasks will be scored. You'll get subtotals in the reading, listening, speaking, and writing, along with an overall score. So I recommend that you take a full-length IBT practice test to find your level. And this is a separate website, so I think it will cost you between $30 and $40 to do that. But I don't offer these types of practice tests on my website, not this 5-hour one. But that's what you want to take right now. So that gives me an idea of where you are right now. Okay, so the answer is yes on that. The next one, is it possible to get individual attention and feedback in your course? Yes. Okay, when you do speaking and pronunciation practice, I will give you audio feedback. And I will tell you any problems you might be having with the speaking or pronunciation by audio. Your writing is scored individually. Typically, my teaching assistant will read and score the writing practice test that you submit. So he will give you some feedback on that, and I give you feedback on the pronunciation and the speaking. So the answer is yes on that. Number 3, it says, I cannot dedicate more than an hour per day. Is it enough to attain 100 or higher within 6 to 8 months? I don't know, to be honest with you. I'll say maybe. It depends on what your practice score is here. So once you take a full-length IBT practice test, if your score is over 80, I'm going to say yes, it's possible. If your score is between 40 and 60, just spending an hour a day probably is not going to be enough for you to reach your goal. So I have no idea where you are. I'm assuming, based on your writing, you're probably higher, because you seem to have pretty good control of your language use and your grammar in the email that you sent me. So I'm just going to say maybe on that. I cannot say really yes or no until I see your results from the practice test. Alright, so I hope that this answers the questions that you have. So I hope that you'll consider joining my online TOEFL course. Have a great day. One more thing. The link here that you see, I will put this link in the YouTube video also, so you can click on it if you do decide to take a practice test, which I highly recommend.